Welcome to Crime Scene. I just wanted to do a quick update on the Nanette Ellis case and just mention some corrections that need to be made. I have, since my last video, read the coroner's report, and I've also gotten a reply from Detective Sergeant Carl Simpson in regards to the questions that I sent him. He was really great. He's answered a lot of the questions to the best of his ability. Of course, he can't be very thorough and in-depth about a lot of things, and he can't answer a lot of the questions because it's an ongoing investigation. I do understand that, and I wouldn't want anybody to answer any questions that may put the case in jeopardy anyway. I would hate that someone's given me information and that's the reason why Nanette's killer's never caught. I mean, that would just be silly. So I do understand that he couldn't answer everything, but he's done a pretty good job. He's answered it to the best of his ability and the best that he can. So I will go through all that and let you guys know the answers to that. But also the coroner's report, there were so many things in there that kind of were not the same as what the media was writing about, because up until now I've gotten all my information from newspaper reports and all that sort of thing. So I don't even know why I trusted newspaper reports, but there's a lot of things in there that just weren't true. But I've also, from Detective Sergeant Simpson and from the coroner's report, some of the questions that I had have actually been answered. So I will go through that. I'll go through all of that stuff. But this is going to take a little time, and I don't have that much time right now. But I did want to get on here right now just to clear up some mistakes that I myself have made, just so people aren't going in the wrong direction or thinking this woman's a lunatic, she doesn't know what she's talking about. Because I don't know why I keep getting Greg and Craig. See, I nearly stuffed it up just speaking right now. Craig and Greg, I keep confusing them all the time. I mean, I actually wrote, when I wrote to Detective Sergeant Simpson with the questions, I wrote, who knew that Craig was at the neighbours at the time? Craig wasn't at the neighbours, it was Greg. I don't know why I keep getting them mixed up. In fact, I just found out that they've both got the same middle name. So, I don't know. The names are kind of similar. I actually said that to someone the other day. They said Craig and Greg are nothing alike, but for some reason my brain thinks they are, and they keep mixing it up. So, I hope that you can all understand when I'm talking about Craig when I say Greg, and when I'm talking about Greg when I say Craig. I'll try not to do it anymore, but I know that in past videos I have probably made that mistake. So, and the other mistake that I made as well was the article that I read, and I wrote about what Craig had told the Herald Sun in 2014, and he said, and this was in the article, this is like directly, I'm reading this directly from the Herald Sun article, but he said they then rang, this is after he left the house, by the way, he's come back, he's seen all the, he's seen his brother and the neighbour there, he's been told what's happened, and then he's left, and then so after this, he said, they then rang the house and the police were there by that time, and they sort of said to come back. I went back and there were police everywhere. I think my father was there by this time, my stepmother and other people. It was just an absolute nightmare. I remember going back into the house. I needed to get something, and I was told that she wasn't there anymore. I was led in through the back and told not to open my eyes until they told me to. And I did, of course, open my eyes, and there was a lot of blood. Okay, I said that, I put this bit in the very first video that I did. And now that I'm rereading this part, I'm thinking, I kind of read it because it goes, okay, I came back and there were people there, and then straight onto, I remember going back into the house. I kind of assumed that was like a linear thing. It's all in the same day. He's come back, people were there. Oh, I need something from the house, and I've gone in. And I said that in the first video, that because that's what my brain kind of read it as. And I'm rereading it now, and I'm thinking, well, just because he said that doesn't mean it was the same day. Technically, when he said, I remember going back into the house, he could have been talking about a week later. I don't know why someone would lead him in through the back, and that there would be blood there, and, you know, telling him not to open his eyes and all that sort of stuff. I don't know why that would go on if it wasn't the day that she was killed, if it was, you know, days later, the police had packed up and gone, and they're coming back into the house. I mean, technically that could be what he's talking about. It could be saying, you know, when I went back into the house after everybody, you know, was no longer a crime scene anymore. He could be talking about that. I just don't know if that was the case. Why on earth anybody would be leading him in through the back door? Why not just use the front? So I don't know. But I just wanted to, I don't think so. It sounds to me, like personally in my own opinion, that article there and what he said sounds to me like he went into the house on the day and probably while police were there. But I don't think there's enough information there for me to say, yeah, that's what happened for sure. And so I just wanted to kind of put that out there to say, you know, maybe that's not the case. Maybe just because I read it like that and think it like that, maybe it's not the case. Maybe he's talking about days later. If so, the way that they've put the article together is pretty crap. But, you know, who knows? I don't know. I wasn't there. So I just wanted to clear that up, just to say that, because I've said, oh, he's gone back into the house. Might not be true. Okay, that's just my assumption based on the article, but that might not be true. And then the other mistake that I might have made, I can't find it anywhere in the videos that I've been watching, but I may have made this mistake because I know that I talk and I talk quite fast, and sometimes my mouth runs faster than my brain. I know that. But he did say, I remember going back into the house, I needed to get something, and I was told that she wasn't there anymore. So, meaning she's not there. She's been taken away. Her body's been taken away. Okay. So he must have gone in the house at the time after her body was already taken away. So I don't know how long that takes, but obviously she wasn't there. That being said, I think I know that in a couple I said that he must have stepped over her blood or stepped around her blood. I think I said his mother's blood a few times, but I may have said, and I'm not sure if I did or not, but just in case I did, I may have said stepped over his mother's body instead of blood. And so I wanted to clarify that, just in case I have said that anywhere. I want to clarify that no, it was not the body, it was the blood. I'm just an idiot. So yeah, so that's what I wanted to clear up, the fact that him going back in the house may have not been the same day, and the fact that if I said body anywhere, that was an absolute mistake. I meant mother's blood. So I'm just going to leave that there now because I have no time right now, but I will get onto this as soon as possible because I've got a lot of questions that have been answered and I want to share with you guys, and also from the coroner's report, also from Detective, I keep getting his rank wrong. I've got to see. Detective Sergeant Simpson. I don't know why I can't remember that. It flies out my head every single time. Also the answers from Detective Sergeant Simpson. We're going to go through all of that, clear up some answers, clear up some things that were absolutely incorrect. Like there was a lot of stuff in there that I had read in newspaper reports that were just absolutely incorrect, especially the part about her friends that she was going out with that night, and that was really interesting. So I'm going to do all that. I'm going to say like, share, and subscribe. I hate saying that. It sounds so cringy, but I thought about it the other day and I thought, you know what, we really need to do that, because anyone that you share this with, or anyone that likes or subscribes or all that sort of stuff, the more you do that, the more it gets out there, and it might actually get in front of somebody who actually knows something and can solve this case, and that's what we're here for, right? So that would be really great. Get this out to anybody and everybody, because we're coming up onto 40 years now, nearly 40 years, and if we don't get this solved, the person's going to be dead, and they've lived their whole lives and gotten away with it. So have a great day, guys, and look out for the next video, because there's going to be a lot of information in there that I think you'd find really interesting. See ya!